Hey everybody, it's live update time, and I am Carl, and this is Candace. We reversed it this week, so got to do something different. So what are we doing this week? What are we talking about?
Well, for one, you're back on the road.
Yep.
And
Take off Saturday.
Yep. Big conference, youth conference, and then it's a church conference, but they're actually doing a community outreach as well with a big harvest celebration, and people can bring their families for the harvest celebration. I don't know how much of a harvest it's going to be because it's supposed to be 90 degrees.
Is it really going to be 90?
Well, I don't know in Wisconsin, but here it might be a hot harvest.
Hopefully it won't have snow. I'm going to be honest, that was my fear. I was like, Wisconsin, this time of year, no, it could
we're having
be snow.
a heat wave. So.
Okay. Well, you know, what's interesting, Dayspring Church is the one that's hosting us. Saturday night is the Debunked First Annual Youth Conference. If you go to their website and look at their Debunked Youth Conference thing, I'm telling you, these guys have done it. They got like 2 videos that they've been sending out. They've sent out all kind of correspondence to folks.
Yeah.
The Bug, they got a white Volkswagen Beetle that they debunked out. Go check out those pictures. And,
and the bus will be there. The
bus is going to be
bus
there.
will be there. So.
But shoot them a note of encouragement too. Even if you're not in that area and you can't make it, shoot them a note of encouragement because they have done a lot of work. I mean, typically we go out, we don't see this kind of effort put into marketing an event that we're doing. So these guys, man, they went way above and beyond. So just shoot them a note. Go to their Facebook page, Dayspring Church.
Yeah.
Debunked Youth Conference. If you look that up, Debunked Youth Conference, it'll show up under that.
And all of you other churches out there, now you have goals set for you. So here's your goals. Go check it out.
Yeah, and here's a neat one too, because the reason they did this is they've wanted to take this and turn this into a prototype, so that we can then take that to other churches and say, hey, here's something that you can do. So if you want to do like a Debunked Youth Conference.
Very cool.
We got a format and a program that you can do that on. So
yeah, and then Bob, he's going to be traveling too. He's going to be in Ohio.
Solid Rock Church, right? Solid Rock Church.
So, and then I believe Juan and Frank are both home. Which Juan just got back from the Philippines. So to say he's home, he's been gone for quite a while.
Yep.
So nice for him to be home.
I talked with him the morning after he got home. He called me. He initiated because I wasn't going to do it. He was a beat pup, man. he was one beat pup. But that time change is such a biggie. So pray for Juan, the time change. And there's the opportunities that came up while he was over there are super encouraging. Dr. Tan, Stephen Tan, and his uncle runs the school over there. And so they've already had conversations. That church in the Philippines hosts an annual conference for all the school teachers over the islands, all over like almost all the islands of the Philippines, and they get over 1,000 teachers. I mean, it's a big deal. And so they've already been in conversations with Juan about bringing he and I over there for that conference, and that's usually in November, like the weekend after Thanksgiving, because I remember do Thanksgiving, then take off and go over there. Pray for that. Possibly next year. I doubt that it would be this year, but you never know.
You never know.
Dr. Tan's interesting, man. He has literally called me up like a month before and said, hey, so, but pray for that, because to have that kind of an opportunity to impact those that are impacting younger generations' lives is really, really encouraging, super encouraging. So he's already had that, and then his Japan ministry went extremely well.
Did you ask him about the bathrooms?
I didn't. I forgot to.
Juan, we want to know about the bathrooms.
Yes, are they the same as when I was there 20 years ago? I forgot about that. Yeah.
Cool. All right, there's some other stuff coming up that you are doing. One big thing is we're having a prototype of possibly a new program called
Debunked TV right now is kind of what we're working under. Candace has been working on some dates to get me back out to California. Bob, the co-creator of Debunked, and he's really the mastermind brain genius behind the whole thing. He makes it happen, which, by the way, today or tomorrow we're supposed to be getting the next one. So We are looking at what do you think? Saturday release date for our people that are the 51555 Debunked Defenders?
Yeah, possibly. We'll see. Bub said it's supposed to be done today, but then he said, but maybe Friday, but maybe Saturday. So we're praying for today, Bub. Are you listening? But yes, but definitely new Debunked release sometime in the next probably week for sure.
And so if somebody wanted to get it before we released it to the general public, what would they do, Candace?
They would text Stay Bold to 51555.
Yep.
So,
and that could be one word or two words. Or if you put in Stay Bold as one word and it corrects to Stay Old, that works as well. So yeah, they all work. Dave did a good job of getting the various things. So, and what is this next one on?
Did someone have to create God, essentially, right?
Nope.
Oh, I'm wrong.
New Testament, is it reliable?
Really?
Isn't that it?
I don't think so. He just sent me a message yesterday, and I read it quickly. We'll update you.
There's two of them, because I know we're working on Does Jesus Matter? And what was the other one? Whoops, shouldn't have talked about it, because now I've gone blank on it.
It's going to be a surprise.
I thought you were going to remember it, so...
I think I'm right. I think you're wrong.
What is it?
I don't know.
What'd you say?
Did something have to create God?
But we already did that one. If God created everything, then who created God? We already did that one. So no, it's not that one.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
It's another one.
Sorry, people.
And I think it's something to do with the New Testament and that sort of a thing.
We will post in the comments.
Yeah, we'll put it down in the comments, and
we can't edit this because it's live. So
it's live. You got any questions? Make sure you shoot them in on our Facebook page, and we'll try to get those things, like in future updates, or even if nobody puts anything now, that sort of a thing.
And then something cool is kind of happening that Wade has been working on. Wade's our CEO, CFO.
EIO.
He does everything.
He has all the IOs and EOs. So.
Yeah. Really cool opportunity with a family that's possibly going to help us, support us, and we're super excited about it. So the biggest thing is we want to ask for your prayers, because it could be really, really big for our ministry. Yep. And I don't know how much you want to say beyond that.
Yeah, it's what it is that there's a piece of property that has been given to us, and if there's a lot of strings attached as far as not for giving us the land, but as far as it being worth value, because it was land that had, gas tanks, and so there was, pollution that had to get cleaned up, so getting clear title and a bunch of those types of things. But it's property that potentially could generate a significant amount of revenue for us, enough to cover, like 5 or 6 debunked, which, man, that'd be huge, because... it just keeps it moving. So, I throw that out there. Maybe this is another way that you guys want to try to support us. Maybe you do have something like that helps make the Debunked engine run, because it's not just the videos anymore. I mean, we are doing that TV prototype. Going to go out and shoot that. I'll be out there for a couple days, try and shoot at least 4 or 5 episodes, and then there's some other things that are attached to it. So, Debunked is becoming more of an outreach to reach a generation that we've said we wanted to reach, and we haven't been doing that great of a job at, quite frankly. I think we've done a good job when we're in person, but when you're not in person, it takes other materials and resources to reach this generation. They think different.
Sure. So yeah. I think those are the biggest updates. Anything else that you have?
Yeah, and in conjunction with that is that Debunked Nation piece, because what that is, Billy's been working on that, and Billy's been hosting think tank meetings with college students, and that's like herding cats. So pray for Billy, man, to get that generation together. But he's already hosted like 2 or 3 meetings. Got a young man, his name's Luke. Pray for Luke, that we're looking at working with and empowering, encouraging, and equipping to go out and to start doing the man on the street, the interviews, the engaging people in conversations. Because again, we want this to come from the younger generation. So the working title on that is Debunked Nation, and that really is, again, under that umbrella of Debunked, but it's another outreach, but it's really one that's being created, focused, run by the college age students. So pray for that. That's a generation that I just watch the news and I get so frustrated, and I watch the younger generation and the way that they think is, man, we're in trouble. I mean, we are really in trouble with just the way that they've been educated and taught to think and not think. And so we got to reach them. And we think that this is one of the ways that we can do it. So pray for Billy as he's setting this whole thing up. Pray for us that we can figure out how to teach and equip and to communicate. Because like I said, man, people think different. And so the way that we communicate to them. I just finished a new talk. And I'm using an example in there that is going to be interesting. Somebody might take exception with me on it. But sometimes I like to push buttons. And if I'm wrong, show me where I'm wrong scripturally. And then we can deal with it. But if it's pushing you to think, I'm all for that, because Christian, we need to think.
So you're just gonna leave us hanging like that?
Yeah, it's kind of I don't know when I'm gonna do it. I might be out at Cedar Rapids.
Okay.
Might be in Cedar Rapids.
Think Like Christ Conference.
Yeah, the Think Like Christ Conference. I might do it out there because Nate does a really good job. Gets a lot of youth out there, and I think this is one that I challenged the youth with first before I let the mature generation see it.
Flip out. No.
So, what'd you learn this week? What life lesson did you learn this week? I love to spring this on you.
I know. Well, yesterday, Maya and I went to McDonald's.
Okay.
For a little lunch date. Don't judge me. Okay. We do eat at McDonald's every now and then.
Yeah, me too. I always eat the salad.
No, you don't. And
I don't.
So we saw a man walking in. He had a prosthetic leg. He was using a walker. And something just told me, like, help him with his drink. Sometimes it gets in your mind like, no, I don't want to help this guy. What if he takes offense that I'm helping him? Because, some people are like, I'm strong and I can do it myself. But I said, no, we're just going to ask if we can help him. So we did, and he was very, kind and said, wow, thank you so much for helping me. Later, he showed me, we helped him again one other time get a refill. He showed me these plaques that he made. And you look at the plaque, I wish I had my phone because I would show you a picture, but maybe I'll post it in the comments.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like Arabic when you looked at it. And I was looking at it, and he's like, do you see it? Do you see it? And do you know what it was?
Jesus pops out.
Jesus pops out.
I've seen that.
I told my husband later, he's like, oh, we had those in the Philippines all the time.
Yeah.
But he made them, and he gives them to have in people's homes and everything. And so it was just really cool.
Yeah.
That sometimes in those little things, Jesus is there.
Yeah.
He's with you. And it was just a good reminder. So.
And that also hits me because I understand. I know that feeling that you're talking about is like, well, if I do this, then I opened a door for a lady, and it was so funny. It was a younger lady, and as she walked by, I opened the door for her. She just looked at me and said, "People still do that?"
Yeah.
And it's so weird because that's just the way that I was raised. The whole yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes or no, sir. That was just the way that we were taught and raised, and it's not like I have an agenda that I'm trying to judge somebody because of this, but it's like, I think keeping your eyes open for those little opportunities is super important, because we are living in that increasingly crude and mean-spirited culture. And even if somebody were to take offense at me now, I still think that we've still got to do that. It's like, look, if you take offense at me because I called you, I spoke to you politely and yes ma'am or no ma'am, or open the door for you, and well, I can do that on my own. Okay.
Yeah.
I won't fight. I won't argue with you, but I still believe that we need to do what's right because it's right, and God is wanting us to do what's right, regardless of what people think about us or say about us. So, good job. That's encouraging.
That's good. Yeah.
And I'll let you close us.
All right. I think that's it, everybody. Thanks so much, and adios.